Dear viewer, no, I'm totally kidding. So it's Eloise's turn to find a husband, but she's no Daphne. The Featheringtons are still broke, bottom barrel bitches that they've always been, even from the last season. I wasn't crazy about that family. And Anthony is looking for a wife, but it's more of a checklist than a romantic pursuit. He refers to them as interviews. I'm going to have an interview. It's similar to the books in the sense that he's trying to fulfill his duty as a Viscount, but not really thinking of love. Between looking for a wife and frequenting brothels, Anthony is exhausted. Enter Miss Sharma. Riding in the morning at the park, she catches his eye with her excellent riding skills and daring risks, and it really does feel like love at first sight, but they don't know it yet. Kate is Edwina's half-sister. Their father had already had Kate when he met Edwina's mother. But the issue is Kate has a secret. Mary Sharma was once Mary Sheffield, and the Sheffields despise the Sharma family because their daughter ran away and married Kate and Edwina's father, who was penniless, who was nameless, and since that they haven't had a relationship. The Sheffields speak to Kate, and there's one condition in which they will give Edwina a dowry and look after her mother. If Edwina marries well, if she marries into wealth and brings their name back to the prestige it once was before Mary Sharma ruined it. So Kate has the full burden of her family on her shoulders. Does that sound like anyone else we know? At the first party, it's clear the Queen still holds a grudge against Mary Sharma for running off to marry Kate and Edwina's father. This Queen needs to let some stuff go. Maybe focus on ruling the country instead of holding grudges and worrying about Lady Whistledown. Even from the beginning, it's clear that Kate has her eye on Anthony. You know, they've got that whole we're drawn to each other like magnets vibe. But she overhears him saying, "Love is the last thing I desire." And just like that, we went from strangers to enemies. Anthony gets red, and he does that thing when you look around to see if anyone notices you've been cussed out. Edwina is chosen as the diamond of the season, and Anthony sets his sights on her. She's the perfect Viscountess. And to be fair, she has been made perfect by Kate, but that's not love. After a conversation with Eloise, Penelope tries to make Lady Whistledown more thought-provoking and less of a gossip, as she questions whether there should even be a diamond in the first place. Now, if I were Miss Edwina, I'd be hella annoyed. The first time that I'm the diamond is when someone starts questioning if there should be one. I'd be like, is this a personal attack? Through the next couple of episodes, we get Anthony and Kate sparring every time they see one another. Their investment in besting each other outweighs everything else, even their common sense. Now, the chemistry between them is so tangible. It's just excellent. The rave reviews of the two of them are completely earned. Last season, we got a very overt and on display sexual connection between Simon and Daphne, whereas with Kate and Anthony, it's more the sexual tension, the stolen moments and looks, the almost touches, their love of sport and competition. Anthony's face whenever she challenges him is hilarious. It's such a different relationship. And I think that pivoting to make the season completely different is why I think fans have been able to attach and enjoy it in a different way and actually even appreciate it more. Anthony's moments of vulnerability and honesty happen because of Kate. When he tries to pass off Benedict's poem as his own, when he looks at Kate, he can't seem to continue the deceit. When he scrunched it up, I was like, Anthony, it's not that deep. When he threw it into the fire, I knew this man is dramatic. And that is what will continue throughout the season. Season 2 is truly filled with drama and angst, and unnecessary angst, but it's all enjoyable. We see the flashback of how Edmund Bridgerton, Anthony's father, died. A bee sting. And it helps us understand why Anthony behaves the way he does. I'm surprised he even goes out at the summer at all these bees, wasps, dangerous creatures. Losing his father, the person he loved so much, and then watching his mother crumble and wish to die because she lost the love of her life, it put a huge burden on him, and it caused him to put up a wall. He never wants to feel that type of pain or despair. Anthony invites the Sharmas to the Bridgerton house, Aubrey Hall. It's clear to Daphne that there is something between Kate and Anthony. She's literally the first person he goes to speak to, instead of the woman he's courting. He just makes a beeline for her. Ooh, no pun intended there.
You must be Miss Edwina.
No,
This is her sister.
Pall Mall is the Bridgerton game, and you can see how similar Kate and Anthony are. It's in their competitive nature. They're all having fun with it, and Edwina sucks at Pall Mall. I'm not judging, but I'm judging. It's clear she doesn't have a passion that matches Anthony's. She wouldn't really fit into the family. She'd fit in the sense that she's nice and she's sweet, but she just doesn't have that Bridgerton spark. We spoke about those moments of vulnerability. When Kate and Anthony are doing what they do best, arguing, a bee, I love bees at this point, buzz buzz, the symbol of love, sits itself right on Kate's shoulder. Anthony's just overcome with emotion. This was one of the best scenes. I just loved it. He wants to make sure that she's okay. He's fearful. He's vulnerable. So many things were happening in this scene, and it was just beautiful the way that she calms him down, and they see that they have that connection with one another. And then what do? They both run away from their feelings. Literally, they are so dramatic.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Do Anthony and Kate accept their true feelings for one another? Absolutely not. We're too early in the season. They'd rather play games and win stupid prizes. Meanwhile, let's discuss Penelope being Lady Whistledown, her relationship with Eloise, and Colin. For the life of me, I can't bring myself to like Pen. I have tried because I know how many people are looking forward to her season, but she constantly exploits everybody around her. Nobody more than her best friend Eloise, who is so open and honest with her. I've tried to view it as though Pen has a secret identity, like some Avengers-ish, but that's bull. We are reminded of how she outed Miss Thompson's pregnancy when she makes a return as Colin comes back from his travels. He visits her, and it seems that Miss Thompson is unhappy in her marriage and isn't particularly going out in society. Her and Colin are still clearly reeling from their broken relationship, and that's all because of Pen, who threw Miss Thompson under the bus. It's hard to see the good in Penelope, and if anyone can explain to me how her actions are justifiable or should have us rooting for her, I would really love to know, because I went into the season wanting to give her a chance. I was pleased the fact that she was trying to change the voice of Lady Whistledown. I was like, okay, let me try and get behind this, but I just couldn't. So any Pen fans out there, let me know. There are so many tropes that I adore. Unrequited love can be endearing, but not when it's a girl pining after a guy. I'm sorry, it's not. How can I say that when if it were the opposite way round and it was a guy pining, I'd love it? My answer is yes. Yes, it's a double standard. I'm being hypocritical, but unrequited love is embarrassing to watch when it's a girl. Girls don't need to be embarrassed. Men, absolutely. Men can be embarrassed. Men should be humbled. Watching Pen fawn over a clueless Colin is just... She's weak in the knees. She needs to...
Stand up! Stand up!
Back to Kate and Anthony. Now, if my sister played me like this, we'd be fighting in the streets. But since it's Kate and Anthony, we'll allow it. The one drawback of the season was how far they chose to take the courtship of Edwina and Anthony. It allows for more longing and angst between Anthony and Kate, but it's taxing. They were giving me palpitations with their back and forth. This scene, his voice got so low, it was really hot. Now, in this moment, Daphne could have gotten her revenge for Anthony ruining her first kiss with Simon.
Yes, paybacks. Payback.
For what? For what?
Paybacks. It's so funny.
This fool gets down on one knee and proposes to Edwina. To make matters worse, the Queen wants to throw the Viscount and Edwina a wedding. All to do with Lady Whistledown and besting her. Everyone's got their own battles, to be honest. The Sheffields pay a visit and drop the bomb that they offered a dowry with conditions. Anthony stands up for the Sharmas, which leads to this intense scene.
You are the bane of my existence. And the object of all my desires.
So it's really twofold. On one end, I'm like, they dragged it out too long. But then on the other hand, we do end up getting these scenes with Kate and Anthony, which are just so, the lines, the things he says, man, you're going to have to step it up. Woo! He is so romantic. I didn't even see this in Anthony in season 1. I did not know he had this type of potential. Well done, Shonda.
I am a gentleman.
This man says he's a gentleman, then acts like a slut. Only Anthony Bridgerton. This is where the confusion of the season lies. Kate says she wants Edwina to have true love, but is willing to bind her to a man for the rest of her life who isn't actually in love with her, but is in love with her sister. Like, what? It doesn't make sense. I know she's just trying to deny her feelings, but in the same breath, like, if you love your sister this strongly, you wouldn't do that to her. Anthony's made it clear he doesn't love her. I felt like they were just desperately trying to draw it out at this point. Like, damn, we've got 8 episodes, let's just add some filler. The wedding blows up with just one look. Edwina finally sees what is right in front of her. These two are shameless, and I still love them. I hated seeing the relationship between Kate and Edwina be tested this way because Edwina was the diamond and could have found someone else. So if Kate and Anthony weren't playing these games back and forth, it could have been easily avoided. We still ship it, but we can say that our ship is a mess.
If I go through with this wedding.
Still considering it? Sis? Really? Now, one of the subplots has been that Eloise's hunt for Lady Whistledown leads her to a political type of group where she begins to develop feelings for Theo. It's a cute subplot, but spoiler alert for Eloise's future in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's not who she marries, apparently, so it's just a hurtful subplot if you were enjoying them. Because the Queen suspects her of being Lady Whistledown, she once again has to put how she really feels to the side, and she gets rid of her relationship with, or, evolving relationship with Theo. She's really concerned about her family, and upon finding out what the Queen really thinks, she tells Penelope. And what does Penelope do? Penelope, pen. She throws Eloise under the bus to protect her, but also to protect herself. In that moment, she could have just told Eloise. She literally could have told her there and then. But once again, she exploits, she manipulates, she gaslights. I'm even going to take it that far because that's what it feels like she's doing. And she's been doing it now for 2 seasons. There's a difference when it's, happens once. But this is a continuous behavior by Penelope. And it's just not endearing. It's not endearing. And I've tried with this girl. I really have. After the disaster wedding that doesn't take place, the Bridgertons and the Sharmas decide to throw a ball. Not much to Anthony and Kate's amusement, obviously. Nobody shows up, but it's actually because of Eloise, not because of Anthony. There were about actually 12 of them there, so some people don't even have 12 friends. They should have been lucky. Failed party or a success? You tell me. Anyway, Kate and Anthony find themselves in the gardens where they have the steamiest and most passionate love scene that Bridgerton has ever seen. And I feel like it's because they built them up and gave them an emotional connection first, and the chemistry between the actors is just so strong that it didn't need to be like countless love scenes here, there, and everywhere. And that's not to be down on Simon and Daphne, because I've seen people say that, like, oh, they had a billion love scenes and they don't have this type of connection. It's clear that they went in with a purpose to change how the season would go. They didn't want to make it the same. They wanted to make the two couples very different. It is clear that people were very attached to the Duke. People were so sad when it was announced that he wouldn't be coming back, thinking they weren't even going to watch this season. So what's the point of doing a rinse repeat? How about try a different formula to get fans to understand that they can enjoy it in a different way and appreciate these new characters? And that's exactly what's happened. After their night of passion, Kate leaves him in the garden. To escape the whole situation, Kate goes riding, and Anthony chases after her. It's just like when they first met. Miss Sharma, you went down on her. It's Kate at this point. Kate falls, and Anthony runs to her. Crazy thing is, I recommend not moving someone when they've had a fall, but yeah, he bridal carries her, so who cares? Fuck safety. Anthony's overcome seeing Kate hurt. He shuts down and doesn't visit her. After speaking to his mother, he decides to go to her and propose to her with the same damn ring. Throw that ring away at this point, family heirloom or not. This recycled ring, I had to laugh. Anthony tries to propose, but Kate refuses. These two love the drama. They love the drama. They thrive on the drama. Eloise finally finds out the truth, that Pen is Lady Whistledown. And just like in season 1, Colin is cussing out Pen to high heaven. How does anyone ship this? I don't understand. But if you choose to ship this is for you. Maybe they'll turn the story around. I just can't see it. You're never going to forget season 1, and you're never going to forget season 2. I just don't know what Colin could do to make me believe that he truly loves Pen and that he hasn't been worn down and just doesn't have any other options. But time will tell.
You have no idea how horrible.
But you chose to. She wielded the pen to her advantage, or was it a feather, whatever it's called, and lied to Eloise's face by choice. So it feels like, sorry to say it, once again, she's gaslighting her. It's not fun to watch. It's not fun to watch her be a Karen and use her tears to her advantage. It's not going to work, okay? Eloise isn't falling for it. You can't out-Karen a Karen. Anthony makes another beautiful declaration, and Kate responds in kind. She says she loves him too, and he says her full name. He knows her given name. Wow. And their wedding happens off screen. I'm sick. Can you believe that? After all we went through, we didn't even get to enjoy that moment. We're told they've been away traveling for 6 months. 6 months off screen. We missed it. I missed it. But the excellent thing is that we have them in season 3. So hopefully we'll get to see Kate pregnant. And like I said, instead of the Featheringtons being the subplot, Anthony and Kate can be the subplot. And we know for sure that they will give us a lot of drama because they sure do love to vex each other. What are your thoughts? Did you enjoy the season? Did you think season 2 was better than season 1? Or do you think people just forgot about it since it's been such a long time? Do you think season 3 will manage to top this current season? Is it just that it keeps getting better and better? Or is there just something about Anthony and Kate that was so magical? Let me know. Buzz, buzz, buzz. Yeah, that was a little insensitive.